Hello there, it's the 17th of June 2021 this morning, and I'm going to show you three of our Shirasawanums, and two out of these three have done really poorly this spring. We have a fourth Shirasawanum Yasemin, which sometimes suffers tip dieback in certain years, and again this year it's had quite a lot of tip dieback. The worst one here is our Aureum, which looks like it's had a major failure of the upper trunk. Those buds just didn't form. We had some leafing out lower down at the back there, but those leaves have recently died. There's some larger leaves there, which funnily enough the largest leaves of the trees are at that part there, which is almost halfway down, so they're still growing. And obviously we've had, as you can see, lots of smaller dieback as well. There's probably at least six or seven areas of branching that's literally failed. Even the leaves this year are relatively small. Last year, early spring, this tree was repotted and had rooting powder, and almost immediately we had super large leaves, and the tree did really well last year. But this strange spring this year, I've seen a lot of trees with tip dieback, so I will have to prune some of this off very soon. So that's Aureum, or autumn moon, which was underplanted by about three inches at least. That was addressed early spring this year, and that was repotted again using rooting powder. Now this tree suffered the last 2 or 3 years with smaller leaves, and as you can see, those leaves are getting back to normal size now. A lot larger than last year. Now I did a little bit pruning on the top of this tree because it's getting a little bit messy, a little bit crowded. That was early spring as well. But as you can see again, lots of failed branching. Four bits and some tips, 5 or 6 tips, and again going one down the tray. Sections where it's just failed. So it's a lot of dieback on this autumn moon. You know, there's pieces here, like a few parts of that branch have died, but one bit's still alive. But really, quite a lot of dieback this year on this tree. Seems to be doing okay in the sections where the leaves are actually grown well. So the repotting, the addressing the underplanting seems to have worked for that. But again, I think it's just the bad winter. I can't remember a winter where we've had so many frosts. So it looks like a lot of damage has been caused by frost. And then from February, March, April, about 2 months, we hardly had any rain. Now the pots were watered occasionally, but it's just been a strange winter, and spring. Moving on to Moonrise. Now this tree's doing well this year. It was underplanted again by 2 or 3 inches, and that was addressed a year gone spring, but was repotted this year. It wasn't repotted last year, and again I used rooting powder. Now this tree had had it about 4 years or so. It's never had any tip dieback whatsoever, but I've got one little section at the top there which has died. I can't see any more. maybe a piece here, there, look, one or two bits, and that's about it. Now this tree for us it's been really well on not having any dieback, but last year or so it was struggling again last year with smaller leaves like the autumn moon, but the rooting powder seems to have started working its wonders and starting to see larger leaves this year. Now this tree, since purchase, always had really large leaves for such a small tree. Now these leaves will get larger if it's going to display like it has in the past years. It's grown several inches easily as well since purchase. It's a slow, steady grower. Seems quite a hardy tree. So like I say, that's the three Shirasawanums, and two of them's looking a little bit bare, unfortunately. The Aureum's going to lose at least 12 inches in height once that's pruned off. Shame about that one. Always sort of did well, this tree. I'll quickly show you Yasmin as well, if you can excuse the mess. Lots of tip dye back with this one. Again, field sections like this here, like the autumn moon. At the back there's some there. So it's just a matter of pulling this tree out as the others and slowly pruning that dead wood off. It's just unfortunate, but this is what happens with Japanese maples. I suppose with any type of trees or shrubs, they have good years and they have poor years. But not to worry, sometimes they do come back stronger and better shape. Like the autumn moon there, it's overall it's quite bushy compared to last year, even with all that dieback. So once it's pruned and tidied up, it'll look a lot better, and possibly feed it soon. And as with all the trees, I'll give them a bit of a feed, and hopefully next year it'll be a better spring, better winter, and we'll see a bit more growth. Anyway, I just wanted to update you on this. I'll do some more updates on the other trees since spring. Been a bit slow lately, but had a lot of success with the repotting this year, and I'm going to share that very soon. Anyway, bye for now. Take care.